Hello everyone. So today we are here with a video that revises the contents that was covered in the day 2 of the AWS Faculty Development Program. So the first topic for today will be a discussion on what an EC2 is. Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, or EC2 for short, is a service in the cloud that allows scaling applications up or down on demand and paying only for what you use. It's as if you have an entire data center at your fingertips. The next topic will be the key features of an EC2. Reading through these features, you will realize its significance in the cloud landscape. Elasticity here means that the instances can be scaled up or down on demand. Different types of instances can also be made on EC2 that are optimized to different test cases. It is also highly cost effective as it incorporates a pay as you go pricing model where you only have to pay for resources you use. It is highly secure due to instances being accessible only to users with the right key pair after decryption. EC2 also has an auto scaling feature that automatically scales the scope of a project and assigns workloads. Next, we will see some important AWS terminology that we will need to know before making our own applications. An instance refers to the cloud environment that you create on AWS. AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image and is a ready virtual machine that has necessary info to launch instances. RDP stands for Remote Desktop Protocol. It is a term that we will encounter while making a Windows instance, and it enables connections and control over remote devices for us. Security group is a virtual firewall that we create to control who has access to an instance. So that's basically it for now. Now next we will go on to the demo that will show how to create an instance. Hello guys, so now I'll show you the demo on how to create your own instance on AWS using EC2. So first, as soon as you log in, this is the home page that you will see, and then you will probably have to find out where EC2 is for the services button here. I've recently visited it, so it's available here for me. So once I click on that, I'll be able to see this launch instance button. If I click here, I will come to this menu where I'll have to choose certain options to launch my own instance. So the first option is to give it a name. I'll name it test1. Then next we have to choose the Amazon machine image, or AMI for short. So since we are going to do Windows instance first, I'll choose the Microsoft Windows Server AMI. Make sure you choose one that has the free tier eligible tag on it, otherwise you might incur some payments here and there. And then for the instance type, make sure to choose T2 micro free tier eligible so that you don't have any payments to make. And then here the key pair is where you secure your own instance. So here I will create my own key pair named pass, and the key pair will be saved as a file with the extension .pem. PEM stands for Privacy Enhanced Mail. So the password in the file will be an encrypted form. We will have to decrypt it later to connect it to the instance. So I will create it and then I will save it on my desktop. So now that we've created our key pair, next up we'll have to create our own security group. So for the security group, you can uh, uh, make sure it's RDP and the this is in anywhere. So the security group is all set already, and then here you will see that the storage required here is 30 GB. You can give more if you want, but it will come under the paid category. Only free tier eligible customers can get only up to 30 GB of storage, and Windows will have 30 GB because it has both GUI and CLI. So after making all of that, we'll make sure everything is set correct, and then we will launch our instance. So this process might take a while for some people. The once the instance is launched, you can click here to go and see its state. It will take a while for you to get the option to connect the instance. We will have to wait. Alright, I'll just connect it now. So when I click on that and connect here, I'll come to the screen. Here I'll have to choose RDP client, since my security group is RDP, which is full form is Remote Desktop Protocol. So here we will get our public DNS and our username, and here we'll have to click get password. So since we have the encrypted password saved as a .pem file, we'll have to decrypt it using this that is already provided by the AWS service, and we'll decrypt the password so that we have gotten it. Now to launch the instance, we'll have to go into this remote desktop connection that is normally already built in most Windows systems. So once you have come here, you'll have to go to show more options and then copy this username, copy the DNS for this, and then click connect. Now once it asks for the password, you'll just have to copy this and then paste it. The password will be different each time since it's encrypted and decrypted every time. So once you've done that, it will ask this to make sure we are connecting to it. So once you click yes, you'll launch your own instance. As you can see, I've launched my Windows CLI. Yes, now this is my Windows instance that I've launched. I can use this to launch my own web servers and other matters later on. Next, I will show you guys how to launch your own Linux instance. Okay, now that we have seen how to create a Windows instance, now I will show you guys how to make a Linux instance using the same basically the same procedure. So we click on EC2 and then we launch an instance. Here I will name it test2 this time, and then the differences here for AMI, we will choose one of these Amazon Linux AMI. I will choose the kernel 5.1 SSD volume type. Then make sure it's free tier eligible, and then for the instance type, we take the free tier eligibility to micro, and then I will create a new keypair again just to show you guys, and then we will here also the keypair will be in the .pem form. I will name it tam, I don't know, tam, yeah. So I will create the keypair like this, and I will save it in my desktop. Now it will form its own security group, and then here you will notice that it's given SSH instead of RDP. SSH is full form is secure shell, and it's what Linux uses for its security group instead of RDP that Microsoft uses. So we will create our own security group, and then yeah, the security group name will be launch user 5. Then now we will go to configuring our storage. We will see that the storage here is only 8 GB, unlike the 30 GB in Windows. Windows has 30 GB because it has a graphical user interface that it needs to load in the remote form. Here the only 8 GB that we need is for the CLI that Linux needs to run. So it doesn't need a graphical user interface that takes up more space. So we will make two instances here for Linux. So I will launch this. And then we will wait for the instance state to show success. Yeah, so it is running. Now we will click here and connect. You will find that the RDP client is not here and it's the SSH client. So this entire thing is your username and DNS together. So for you to get your password, like what we did for Windows, we converted PEM to the password by decrypting it. But here for Linux, what we will do is we will convert the PEM to a PuTTY format. The PuTTY format is what Linux uses to validate its users. So to get that, you will have to download a separate software. So you'll have to search a partition and then you have to click on this link, not anything else, the chiark.green.org.uk. Click on this link and then download putty.exe and puttygen.exe. Yeah, this and this, whichever like fits to your system, you'll have to download them. And I already have them set up, so I'm not going to download them. So once you downloaded them, you will have to open them up. 1 second. That's putty.gen and putty.exe. So first we will have to load our .pem file into a ppk file. So we will go up here and then click all files so that we can get our pem files. tam.pem, yes, click yes, and then save the private key and save it in desktop, and I'll name it the same as what I named it before. So now we have our .ppk file. Here we'll have to copy paste this entire thing for the host name in the putty.exe for as the host name, and then we'll have to go to the SSH and click the tiny plus over here, and then click on authentication and click credentials, and it will ask for private key file for authentication, and then you have to open the .ppk file for tab and then open this. Now you will see, and then click accept, and then now we are connected to your remote Linux instance. You can run your own web browser or like your C++ programs or Java programs in this one command line interface. So yeah, that's it. That's how you make a Linux instance on EC2 in Amazon Web Services. Okay, now I'll show you guys how to connect a Windows and a Linux instance using the same security group and key pair. This is required because sometimes some companies might like have to run multiple instances, and then because of that they cannot create multiple security groups and multiple key pairs. So they can just run all the instances on the same security group and key pair. So this is how it works. I'll just show it to you guys right now. So I'll launch a new Windows instance with a SSH security group and a key pair I already used for the previous Windows Linux, the previous Linux instance. I'll show you guys now. So I'll just name this window SSH, and then I'll click the Windows AMI. then it's free tier eligible. This is also free tier eligible. So key pair, I will select the existing key pair. The one I use for the Linux demonstration was TAM, so I'll just click TAM again. And then network settings, I'll choose a select existing security group. Launch wizard 5 was what I used. It was SSH. Wait, I'll just show you that it is SSH. The type is SSH 22. Port range is 22. So this security group is not supposed to work with Microsoft, but I'll just show you guys. The 30 GB, so it's given. Now I'll just launch the instance and it will come up. Yeah, now it will have to load up. The instance will have to load. Yeah, so it's running now. If I try and connect now, RDP client, it shows you may not be able to connect to this instance as port 3389, which is the RDP's port range. May need to be open in our, so it says it won't work, but we'll just try it now. So I'll put get password. This might take a while. The password thing, it's normal, it'll take some time. Yeah, so I'll upload the tam.pem, decrypt the password. Now let's go to the remote desktop connection, show more options, then I'll copy the public DNS, paste it. Now if I try to connect, yeah, so this is the error that comes up. The remote access to server is not enabled because we are using the wrong protocol. We are using safe shell, which is not made for the Microsoft or the Windows instance. We'll have this error pop up. So what we'll have to do to deal with this, is we'll have to go to instances, click on this, and go to security, go to inbound rules, go to this and go to inbound rules, edit inbound rules, then add, then we'll have to add the RDP protocol to this, then put it on anywhere IPv4 so that anyone can access the instance. Then if we save, it should run the, yeah, so the security group has both RDP and SSH. So now if we run our Windows instance, it should work. Connect. Okay, we'll have to get password each time because it's encrypted. We'll have to upload the .pem file, decrypt it. Now I'll launch the remote desktop connection again. I'll copy the DNS and the username. Now I'll see connect. See, now the password has come up because we connected RDP also to the same security group. Now I'll copy paste my password, click yes, and our remote session is up. This is our CLI. Yes. So now that is how you run both the Linux and the Windows instance using the same security group and the same key pair. So yeah, that's it for the revision of day 2. Thank you guys for watching.